Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to go over Roundhill's schedule changes and their dividend payouts. So let's start off with that. This was just announced this morning, so we're going to cover all of that. And let me announce to Discord that I'm live. Let's do this here real quick. Didn't live stream all weekend, but had a pretty good weekend. It was quite eventful. Let's see if we pick up a few viewers here. Okay, so we are going to cover the Roundhill dividends and remind you all of the schedule of the dividend payouts. Okay, so the Ether covered call strategy ETF, ticker symbol YETH, will transition from monthly to weekly. So another weekly dividend in July. YETH and the Roundhill Bitcoin covered call strategy ETF YBTC will each seek to trade X dividends each Wednesday and pay distributions on Thursdays. This represents a shift from YBTC, which currently trades X dividends each Thursday, pays distributions on Friday. A shift for YBTC, rather. Okay, so we've got ticker symbol WEEK, the weekly T-bill ETF. Declaration date Monday, pay date Wednesday, every Wednesday now. The covered call ETF, crypto covered call ETFs, YBTC and YETH. Declaration Tuesday, pay date every Thursday. And then, of course, the zero date to expiration covered call ETFs are paid Friday. So we're starting to get into a lot of what the audience has been asking for a long time, which is staggered dividend payout dates. So we've got a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Of course, nothing on weekends, but then we've got a Monday, Tuesday. So we've got dividends paid out all 5 days of the week. So as I predicted like 6 to 8 months ago, the next step would be daily dividends, and you pretty much achieve that if you invest in all of these funds, which is it's quite clever what all these fund companies are doing. It's definitely quite clever. They're all kind of doing their own variation, and I think one day, as much as I sit here and say that this strategy is not like a growth strategy, which it's not. I think that between Curve, between YieldMax, between Roundhill, between Defiance and Granite Shares, I think they're all gonna piece it together and figure out the perfect strategy to not only produce high dividends but to preserve NAV as well. So then for the zero date to expiration ones, the RDTE, QDTE, and XDTE, those are paid Friday. The Mag 7, there's only one called Maggie that's paid on Mondays, which is today. We'll have to review that payout. And then the weekly payer ETFs that are already weekly, AAPW, COIW, NVDW, their own NVIDIA one, PLTW, and TSLW. Now, the last time I talked to Dave Massa on here, of course, he doesn't do interviews with YouTubers anymore. I guess it was a compliance thing. His compliance department didn't want him to. But if anything changes, we'll certainly get him back on. Um, but the last time we talked to him, he mentioned there was a lot more funds. There's always funds that they're planning for, but there was a lot more of them um, in the works. They've only released, I would say, a fraction of what they overall plan to release. Um, but obviously, we've got a NVIDIA fund, we've got the PLTW and the TSLW paid on Tuesdays. So let's go to their site real quick because we haven't covered Roundhill in too long. Um, Did I drink my carbs? I drank a little bit. Although I will say I didn't gain any weight. My weight stayed flat, which is a win for this weekend. But anyway, we'll take what we can, right? If I just start running every day, I think I'm gonna blast off 15 pounds really quick. Okay, so all the ETFs we've got the MAGs, we've got QDT, XDT, METV, the chat one, generative AI and technology, YBTC, RDTE, WEEK, BETZ. That one's been around for a while. We've got a 2x long Mag 7. This one I'm going to start looking at as a candidate for some of my wheel strategy stuff that I do. How about this one? How about this one, Pay the Piper? There's a weight loss ETF, OZEM, like Ozempic, a weight loss ETF. How about that? I should definitely invest in that, right? There's a China Dragons fund for the Dragon Fighters and the Warriors too. How about this one, Nerd for video games? There's a lot of cool ones here. God, we got so many pop-ups coming up here. Um, So as far as, and look at this, assets under management as of the 13th, $5 billion. That's awesome. Okay, so the one that paid out today, let's go look at that one. I think this is, so all that changed to sum it up, all that changed is that YETH and YBTC are added to the weekly list. But as of today, so Monday, we want to look at Maggie. Let's see what Maggie's payout was. This was last week, the 12th. So it was paid today. It was 27.5 cents. Pay date was today. So that's today's dividend announcement, Maggie for Roundhill. So a lot of funds from Roundhill. We've got the thematic ones. If we break them down, I might look into the 2x one, the 2x metaverse one. Note to self, look into the 2x metaverse one for options trades. We've got weeklies and we've got the leveraged ones. So this Mag X, let's look further into this real quick here. Okay, no more comments from the peanut gallery here, so we'll continue. Let's look at this Mag X real quick, because honestly, these leveraged ones intrigue me more at this point. So Mag X, let's see, 2x. Um, how long has this one been out? Let's look at it. 57% return since, okay, looks like February 29th. It was on leap year. That's fitting. It's on the leap year date because it's a enhanced return fund. It's jump starting our returns, right? Okay, so as of December 16th, exactly 6 months ago today, it was up like double. It was up 103. Let's see. So here, I want to look at, why is it showing me percentage? I want price. Maybe I need to just look at it here. Summary. Here we go. Okay. So this is a good candidate then for covered calls. This could be like an NVDL. So see, this has fluctuated. This dropped down from 47 to 24, then 24, then it's come back up. So I'm going to add this one to the list. And it looks like after the drops were done, so from February 20th to May 14th, so in 3 months, we pretty much fully recovered within basically $7 of where we were from the beginning of the year. So yeah, this one, as long as these Mag 7s keep going up, I think this is a good candidate for some covered calls. Will you take questions? Of course, I'll take questions on, let's see, Yield Max, Roundhill, Granite Shares, Curve, um, Rec Shares, and Defiance. All the ones I cover. I'll take any questions on those. But I'm not going to stay too long because I've got to get going. I'm going to try to come back and do another video tonight. So if you have a question and I happen to see it within the next few seconds, I'll certainly try to address it. If not, I'm about to have to head out. Um, Otherwise, like I said, I'm intrigued by this Mag X fund, and I know there's going to be more on the horizon. This leverage one, there's only one so far in the category. Expense ratio is not bad. 1 month, 3 month, year-to-date performance since inception, 1 year. Weekly payers, we got a lot more weekly payers, of course. Well, there's five, but again, we're adding the Bitcoin ones to the list, basically. And then the income funds, some of which are weekly, right? Yeah, aren't these weekly? I used to cover these all the time. The thematic ones, and then you can select all of them. Anyway, well, let's see here. It's really just a dividend question. Do you feel it's smarter to drip or just not drip? To drip or not to drip? That is the question. I personally don't drip. I actually use the ones, I call it the dividend wheel. I just use the money I get to trade options, basically, so I don't drip. But you got to do what's best for you. Dripping in these funds with NAV erosion, you're getting more shares, but the shares are worth less and less. So I can't tell you what to do. You've got to do you. But I personally don't drip. You hold PLTY 400 shares, Misty 700 shares, NVDY 1,000 shares, Coney 750 shares, and TSLY 500 shares. Wow, look at you. Why don't you do this? Are you in my Discord? Why don't you submit your portfolio and I'll do a portfolio review. I want to get back to doing those in addition to my own, of course. But what I would say on funds like PLTY that are going up and up and up, um, I would say when I used to drip, okay, and this is before I even got into these dividend ETFs, when I just collected dividends from like AT&T, Blackstone, Verizon, companies like that, I would drip them, but I would turn off the drip when they got to 52-week highs because I didn't want to buy in more shares of that stock at a 52-week high. I like to selectively drip, like if the market's kind of at a 52-week low, or if it's closer to its low than its high, then I'll drip. Yeah, join Discord. I'll do a portfolio review for you. Anyway, folks, it's been real. It's been fun, but I have to run. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and join Discord.